Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we reveal the juicy secrets companies try to hide in their filings. And today we're looking at Generation Income Properties Incorporated's latest 8K, which might seem a bit dry, but trust me, there is a twist. This report, filed on the 31st of October 2025, is a heads up about a significant agreement that is changing the game for them. We will dive into what this means and why it matters for investors. And before we get into the nitty gritty, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want regular corporate insights delivered straight to you. Also, we have a fantastic Discord community where we break down these reports further. The link is in the description below, so join us there. Alright, so what is this 8K form all about? Think of it as a public announcement from a company that something important has just happened. It's not their regular quarterly or annual check-in, it's for events that happen between those updates, things that shareholders and the market need to know about right away. In this case, the big news dropped just a few days before the report was filed, on the 27th of October 2025. This tells us the company is being pretty timely in letting everyone know what's going on. The company we're looking at is Generation Income Properties Incorporated, ticker symbol GIPR. They are primarily involved in owning and managing income, producing real estate. You might know them from their common stock trading on the Nasdaq stock market. They also have warrants, which are like options to buy stock later, trading under the ticker GIPR. The core of this filing is about entering into a material definitive agreement. Now, what does that fancy term mean? Essentially, it's a significant contract or deal that could really impact the company. It's not just some minor paperwork, it is something that has the potential to move the needle for better or worse. And who is this agreement with? It's with Brown Family Enterprises, LLC. The company entered into a First Amendment to secured promissory note with Brown Family Enterprises, who is referred to as the holder. This is where things get interesting. They amended a promissory note, which is essentially a loan document. The biggest change, they pushed back the deadline for when the loan needs to be fully paid back the maturity date from whenever it was before to the 15th of December 2025. This means they've bought themselves a little more time to sort out their finances related to this particular debt. Now, why is this important? For any company, managing debt and making sure they can meet their obligations on time is crucial. Extending a maturity date can be a sign of a few things. It could mean the company is working on a broader plan to refinance or pay off this debt and they just needed a bit more runway, or it could be a signal that things are a little tight and they needed to negotiate for more time to avoid defaulting. Without more context on the original loan terms and the company's overall financial health, it's hard to say definitively, but flexibility on debt deadlines is usually a positive step in the short term. The detailed terms of this amendment are filed as an Exhibit 10.1. This is the actual legal document detailing the new agreement. While we don't need to get lost in the legal jargon, the key takeaway is the extension of the payment deadline. Something else notable here is that Generation Income Properties Incorporated has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This status offers them some regulatory flexibility, like being able to delay adopting new accounting standards. This can be a way for smaller growing companies to manage their resources more efficiently. But it also means that their financial reporting might not be as up-to-date as that of larger, more established companies. When we look at the securities registered, we see their common stock ticker GIPR and their warrants ticker GIPR, both listed on the Nasdaq stock market LLC. This just confirms they are publicly traded companies and their shares and warrants are available for anyone to buy or sell on a major exchange. Now, like most companies filing with the SEC, they include a disclaimer about forward-looking statements. This basically means anything in the report that talks about the future, like expectations, plans, or projections, isn't a guarantee. It's based on current beliefs and could change. They are warning investors that actual results might be different from what they project. And they advise us to look at their other SEC filings for a fuller picture of the risks involved. So, what is the story here? Generation Income Properties Incorporated has successfully negotiated an extension on a key debt payment. This buys them time and reduces immediate pressure. However, it also highlights that they are actively managing their debt obligations, which is something investors should always keep an eye on. The fact that they are an emerging growth company gives them some breathing room, but it also means we need to be extra diligent in understanding their financial health. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could be a strategic step to stabilize their financial position before tackling larger financial goals, or it could indicate that they are facing some real headwinds. The key will be what they do between now and the 15th of December. Will they secure new financing, sell assets, or perhaps generate enough operating cash flow to meet this extended deadline? Now, let's put on our Warren Buffett hats. What does this mean for the company's direction? On the one hand, negotiating this extension shows proactivity and the ability to work with creditors, which are strengths. They are facing a challenge and are taking concrete steps to manage it. The opportunity lies in successfully navigating this period and coming out stronger. However, we also need to consider the risks. If this extension is simply kicking the can down the road without a solid plan to address the underlying issue, it could lead to further complications. The market will be watching closely for any news regarding their debt management and overall financial stability. In conclusion, this amendment is a significant event for Generation Income Properties Incorporated. It's a positive development in the immediate sense, providing a critical extension on a debt payment, but it is just one piece of the puzzle. The company's long-term success will depend on their ability to manage their finances effectively and execute their business strategy. Alright? That is our breakdown of Generation Income Properties Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on this debt extension and what it signals for the company's future? Do you think this is a smart move or a sign of trouble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And more importantly, subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more deep dives into company filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description. We're always having great conversations over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.